Travis Weir with Global Hunting Solutions. Give you a little bit of background about me and how this all got started. The man with his helicopter is back in the early 90s. I was going to school in San Angelo. I was going to college to Angelo State. I wanted to be a wildlife biologist. That was the thing. I was going to change the world with being a wildlife biologist. So I met some of the people there at Angelo State, and I got hooked up with a friend of mine. He was a pilot. We did a lot of things together. So we started in the early 90s doing some depredation hunts for predators, meaning a lot of these ranches that we were dealing with are working ranches. They raise cattle, sheep, or goats. That's how they fed their families, is off these animals and from the ranch to the supermarket. And so over time, the predators became a problem. We have trappers here in Texas that do it professionally and they work for the government. They trap these predators. They get paid, and they also sold the pelts for a profit. And so over time, these hides got worth less and less and less. So the curve there was, the fur trade was going down and the number of predators were going up. So we got really busy with the helicopters, and we were helping these ranchers out shoot all these predators to keep them off their calves and their baby lambs and their baby kid goats. But the ranchers were having to pay us to do that. And it's very expensive to run a helicopter and do this. And so that came off their bottom line. So as time progressed, you know, we did this for a number of years. I was in my early 20s at that time. I had a hunting business already. I started a business in 1991, and I was professionally hunting in Texas, and so I had the clientele. So I heard early 2009 that Texas Parks and Wildlife, along with the FAA, was going to come out with a program. It's called the Pork Chopper Law, and it's literally called the Pork Chopper Law. So what it was going to do is it was going to allow us to take our hunters and sell a gunner seat inside of one of our helicopters, where that rancher did not have to pay out of pocket for this depredation hunts. I got wind of this, and I thought it was going to be a very good program. A lot of my dear friends were ranchers. I mean, you know, they were struggling. It's a lost love, and that's what it is. It's a love. And so these ranchers, they were struggling, and you know, they were barely paying their bills and barely paying us to help them do predator control. So this was going to be a great thing. So I built the website, and I thought, well, this will just give my hunters another avenue to come to the ranch, and actually we can make a little bit more money and have some more residual clients. And I did it solely for my existing clients, and they loved it. Everybody thought it was a great deal. That was in 2010. So I was busy running and gunning. I was hunting all over the world, guiding and helping guide and booking hunts and all this, and I ended up buying a ranch in San Angelo a little bit before that, and I was building this hunting business that I always dreamed about doing. And it took a little while for it to catch on, but then when it did, the corporation started sending people down, and then we got into doing some military training with some special forces guys, because there was nowhere else that they could go.